Hello, welcome to Edison TV. I'm Louisa Pilbeam, and today I'm speaking with iconic British company Aston Martin. Now, I'm joined by their Director of Investor Relations, Charlotte Cowley. Charlotte, we all know Aston Martin from James Bond films, of course, but what is the company's true DNA and strategy?
Hi, Louisa. So Aston Martin is a globally recognised British brand, first and foremost, and a leader in the high luxury sports car market. We're 108 years old, and we really stand for exclusivity, power, beauty, elegance, but ultimately British luxury cars.
Now, the recent past has been somewhat turbulent. Can you talk about Project Horizon and the actions being taken, starting with operational actions and the target to generate over 30% of savings?
Certainly, Project Horizon is an efficiency and agility program that touches every aspect of the company. It's being led. Our new CEO, Tobias Merz, joined us at the start of August last year. He has come in very quickly and set this program up. We've got 6 pillars. Starts right from people. So I am Aston Martin, all about culture and change there, through to product development, go to market, and then a key point, as you say, in terms of operational efficiency. So we've been making significant changes in, say, how we run our manufacturing plants. So we're now being much more efficient in terms of how we run our sports car facility, running on one line for sports cars, and actually seeing a significant improvement in efficiency and indeed quality in that plant, and the same in terms of our St Athan plant. So on track there to make those changes that support our plans for improving the profitability and the performance of the business in the long term.
Yeah, and as you say, lots going on. We come to incentives and stocking issues then. How are those being resolved? And tell us about the DBX, the group's first SUV, which is proving very popular, I hear.
Yes, indeed. So we have made really tremendous progress. We're ahead of plan in terms of we started 2020 with significant overstock of sports cars in our dealer network, and despite all the challenges presented by lockdowns internationally, we've managed to destock and rebalance supply to demand for our sports cars, and we achieved that through the first quarter of this year. So now, we've got a much better balance between retail demand for our cars and our production. So that's for sports cars, and we've got good, strong demand for sports cars rolling through this year. And as you say, DBX is the first foray for us into the SUV market. That's the fastest growing segment of the luxury goods market for autos. DBX doing very well there. Also, seeing that order book rolling through this year. So pleased with what we've seen so far for DBX. First new derivative comes in the third quarter of this year, and then you get another new derivative of DBX in the start of next year too. So good things to come from us in the SUV space, and a full refresh of our sports cars coming along the line as well.
Yeah, and I have to say, I did have a little look at the DBX. It looks very swish. I have to say, I'm very envious of anyone getting one of those. 2020 saw an expanded and enhanced agreement with Mercedes-Benz. So what does that mean for Aston Martin?
Yeah, Louisa, it's truly transformational. That's a word you'll hear a lot about us talk about when we're talking about this business at the moment. It really gives us a route to electrification. So it's all around powertrain, the architecture around today's internal combustion engines, but also plug-in hybrid and full battery electric vehicles, and also about electrical architecture. So you'll see all of this technology fully embedded in the front engine sports cars with the refresh that we've said is coming in 23. You'll see the first plug-in hybrid of the DBX in 2023 as well. And there'll be a full battery electric version of an Aston Martin DBX mid-decade. So our target long term is by 2030, over 90% of our products will either be full battery electric or certainly electrified in some way, shape or form. Thanks.
Wow, so lots going on. And 2020 also saw significant refinancing of the business as opposed to allow all of that to happen. What is the reported financial position and the stability of the balance sheet then?
We're in it's completely different business. I used to spend a huge amount of my time talking about people's worries about the financial stability of this organisation. We have over £500 million of cash on the balance sheet. We went through a number of financing actions last year. We brought in over £800 million of new equity through these transactions. We also refinanced all of our notes that were due to expire in 2023. Those now expire in 25 and 26. So we've got the financing to support our delivering our plan in terms of our midterm goals for the business. So that I think investors are feeling much more confident in terms of the stability of the business today than they were a period of time ago. And also as a result of some of that financing activities, that secured us a change in our leadership too. Lawrence Stroll joined as executive chairman in April, and he came in as part of some of the financing in the early stage of 2020.
You touched upon this, Charlotte, with electrification. So what is the new model strategy going forward, and how will Aston Martin adjust to the new electrification paradigm?
So we've got a three-pillar strategy. We've got a front-engine sports car plan. So we currently today have the Vantage, the DB11 and the DBS there. We have a full refresh of those products in 23. As I said, when we talk about DBX, we're expanded into SUVs. DBX first product there, and that will be the first product to be electrified in terms of plug-in hybrid and then full battery electric. And then the third product pillar is the mid-engined car, and those all will have an element of electrification as well in terms of the powertrain. And all of this is underpinned by, frankly, the world-class technology we're getting access to through the Mercedes-Benz agreements.
So you touched upon state-of-the-art technology there, and the company has re-entered Formula One, which is very exciting. What are the reasons for this, and are there any early signs of the benefits there?
Yeah, so the F1 relationship is really important. It's one of the phenomenal benefits we've got that Lawrence privately owns a Formula One team, which is now fully branded Aston Martin. So every race is watched by 85 million people, and so the Aston Martin name is in front of all of those F1 fans. Also, not only having the two race cars on the track, we also share safety car duties for half the races. So people see an Aston Martin Vantage and an Aston Martin DBX on the racetrack on race weekends. So we can see a direct correlation in terms of search functionality for Vantage and DBX associated with the F1 races. Some quite sort of quick fun facts. The first week that we'd launched the Aston Martin Formula One car, we had 135 million unique social media impressions of that car just in 1 week on the internet. Sort of double-edged sort of fun stat is our configurator actually crashed the first race weekend because we had so many people coming to the site. So what's really exciting is we're actually starting to see some sort of hard and fast correlation between that sponsorship agreement and actually the benefits of getting that branding out to the business.
Yeah, definitely. Those figures really speak for themselves, don't they? What are the medium-term targets then for the group, and hence the potential attraction for investors, of course?
We're a growth and efficiency story. So we're going to take the business, expand the business in terms of units. So we've said this year we expect to sell around 6,000 units. We expect over the midterm, and by that I mean fiscal 24-25, to wholesale around 10,000 units globally. That's made up of about 4,000 front-engine sports cars, about 5,000 to 6,000 SUVs, and maybe 1,500 mid-engined vehicles. We think that's going to generate revenue of about £2 billion, and we think adjusted EBITDA of about £500 million, which is a significant step change in terms of profitability for this business. What's really crucial is we do also expect to generate cash, and we expect to be able to deliver positive cash flow a year or so ahead of that. So in fiscal 23, expect the business to turn from cash burn to cash generation. So I think that's a key metric that investors will be interested to keep a focus on.
Yeah, definitely. Now, I feel a bit mean asking you this one, seeing as you've given me so many facts, but I wanted to ask you that for such a well-known company, a company that we all think we know a lot about, is there one little known fact that you could give us about Aston Martin that you have discovered whilst working there?
Sure, I'm going to be a little bit cheeky and go for two. The first is over 90% of all Aston Martins ever made are still in existence, and that just points to not just the durability of the product, but kind of the sort of the love and care that is taken over these vehicles. So that, I think, is pretty impressive on its own. And the other stat that I only learned recently, actually, was it's the most expensive Aston Martin ever sold at auction. It's a DBR1 Le Mans edition, and it's sold for $24 million recently, which is frankly quite something.
Well, it has been so fascinating, genuinely, talking with you, Charlotte Cowley from Aston Martin, to learn about a company synonymous with British culture and also known the world over. So thank you for your time. Thank you for being with us.
Thanks, Louisa.